Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty with the RTX 3060 Ti. Let's start it off with 1080p at the max settings with Overdrive RT enabled as well, and we'll go from there. I'll lower the settings and maybe I'll go up to 440p and 4K as well, depending on how the game runs. Alright, here we're in the settings, again at the max settings. No DLSS, no FSR. Let's show me through it so we can get 15 FPS. Would you look at that? This game has insane input delay right now, which makes sense, we're running at 15 FPS. But still kind of funny to see. Let's go and head on down. I want to get the car in and drive around. I do have a section in the map that is quite intensive, and I do see the FPS fall below 60 without RT enabled, so we'll see how we do with path tracing enabled, which is far more intensive. Let's get the car in. This thing sounds so nice. Well, let's get in the car. Let's get in real quick. Dude, look at the frame. 70 milliseconds per each frame. That is insane. Let's go and drive out of here. I think I'm going to go right. Map is kind of confusing for me still. Alright, here we are at the roundabout. This area is very intensive, and as you guys can see, we're falling down to single digit FPS. 7 FPS, guys. From, what, 12 to 13? It is actually insanely laggy now. It's becoming a quick slideshow. I can see each frame go by. 6 FPS. 5 FPS was the lowest. Okay, let's go and pause it here. If I can pause it, there we go. And let's enable DLSS. Right, balanced DLSS. Okay, doing much better. Sitting at 18 FPS now. 20 FPS once we leave the roundabout. It actually feels quite good, even though it's running at 20 FPS. Almost the 30s. We're getting very close to it. Alright, getting out of the car. Walking to the main, I guess, city area in the intro. 24 FPS still. It's not quite there yet. Can't hit 30. Yeah, 24 FPS around there. VRAM sitting at 6.4 gigs. Yeah, not good. But let's go back to the car, drive back to the roundabout, and see if we can make it fall into the single digit FPS. I'm guessing probably not, but let's have a look anyway. It makes sense that this card isn't really aiming for path tracing gameplay. You know, I can't even do RT that well, to be honest. But still kind of fun to see how it actually runs in this very intensive game. Ooh, I can feel the FPS dips. 21 FPS again. 20, it's full. Oh, God, it's hard to control the car. 21 FPS still. Hey, not too bad. Let's go and move on to normal RT, and I think I'll go for the medium preset for RT. Should be a good middle ground for quality and performance, and let's see how we do. Alright, medium RT at the ultra settings. 30 FPS so far, that's quite decent. We had around, what, 15/20 maybe, at most, with path tracing. Alright, let's go to the right here. This feels quite smooth, to be honest. Oh, that was a big jump. Thank you, there we go. The car's back up here. Ow, dude. 7.8 gigs for the VRAM. That is pretty much maxed out. 24 FPS so far as well. So we fell from the mid-30s. Driving to the roundabout. Oh, it's getting so choppy. 18 FPS. 17. Get out of the way, buddy. Wow. That is insane. This is medium RT, by the way. There's Ultra and Psycho RT above this. So it could be worse than this. So from the 30s down to 15 to 17 FPS. That is quite the dip. Alright, balanced DLSS. 33 FPS. I mean, it's like a 10 FPS jump, I think. It's not really massive. So like I was saying before, this card can't really do RT anymore. I'd personally just disable it and get the extra frames instead. Let's back out and disable RT as well as DLSS and see what the FPS is without any of that crap enabled. Look at that, 70 to 80 FPS now. This is how you play this game with this card. Now in saying that, the FPS can still fall below 60 FPS, which isn't great, but still much better than playing the game at 20 FPS instead. And as you guys can see, the game still looks fantastic. Having RT is a nice feature, but it's not really a must, you know? Wow. Nice driving there, buddy. Falling into the low 50s and the 40s as well, from memory. Yeah, there we go, 40 FPS now. Lowest was around 47, but I've seen it fall as low as 42. Hello? By the way, dude, stop trying to hit me. So yeah, 1080p ultra settings is playable, but you will have some FPS dips below 60 FPS, so keep that in mind. So let's enable DLSS, again at the balance preset, and see if we can get 60 FPS at all times. Okay, balanced DLSS, sitting at 90 FPS to begin with, that's fantastic. And for memory, this will fall down into the 60s near the roundabout. I'm not a big fan of DLSS at 1080p in this game, but you know, if you must get 60 FPS at all times, this is definitely the way to do it. Roundabout time, 74 FPS. and down into the high to mid 60s. So yeah, I think it's great. I've been playing for a good hour with these presets and it didn't fall below 60 FPS for me. So it's definitely a viable choice at the max settings. Okay, let's back out and play the game at 1440p and see how we do. 1440p at the max settings as well as medium RT. There's no point in using path tracing for this one. It's not going to run well, obviously. 21 FPS to begin with, not a great start. This can easily fall down to like 10 FPS, who was going to guess. But the game looks gorgeous. This game looks amazing at those higher resolutions. What are you ramming me for, dude? Get away from me. And here comes the FPS dip. 16 FPS. Ooh. It's feeling very choppy. 15. 13. We got close, but we just couldn't hit 10. Lowest was around 12 FPS, which is right now. Now using performance DLSS. 30 FPS so far. That's quite good. It's feeling kind of stuttery, to be honest. But the FPS is doing much better, that's for sure. So I think our lowest was around 35. So it's like a 24 FPS increase with DLSS. That's quite good. Disabling RT as well as DLSS. Sitting in the 40s and the low 50s. Hey, not bad. Okay, driving to the roundabout, get out of the way. The game is stuttering quite a bit. VRAM's at 7 gigs still. And now down into the low 30s. Hey, not bad. The game looks much better as well. I personally rather have no RT without DLSS than have RT with DLSS. In this game anyway. 65 FPS so far, that's quite good. But can we hold the 60s around the roundabout? Oh, yeah, falling into the low 50s now. That's pretty low. And the game was stuttering quite a bit as well, so keep that in mind. So yeah, I think personally for this resolution, I would probably lower the settings to a mix of medium and high. I wouldn't use RT at all, to be honest. And I would use either quality or balanced DLSS. And for 4K, we're going for the medium settings instead. I personally think it makes much more sense to play at the medium settings instead of the ultra settings, since this card is a mid-range card anyway, so playing a game like this at the max settings at 4K doesn't make much sense at all. And here we are there. That's quite decent so far, 30 FPS. I think, motion blur is enabled again. Our VRAM sitting at 6 gigs, that's quite good, we have a bit of headroom left over. So all we need right now is a stable frame rate. But still at this point you have the option of playing the game at 30 FPS if you're into that. But I think most of you will probably want to get 60 FPS at least anyway. So we'll just drive back to the little roundabout right here. Game looks gorgeous though, guys. It looks so sharp. Looks amazing. Not too bad. We had like 35 at the start and we fell as low as 27. And again with performance DLSS, sitting in the 60s and 70s. So I think for playing at 4K, if you need to get 60 FPS at all times, or at least most of the time, this is the way to do it. If you're cool with playing at 30 FPS instead, disable DLSS or at least use a higher preset for it. So instead of using performance, use quality. Okay, I think that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time for the next video. See you guys there.